And the stage is set for the main event. Ron Lachine, number 9, fresh off that victory in his heat race. This kid is pumped. Jeff Ward, number 3, who will take the number 1 plate tonight at the conclusion of the evening. He's won the national number 1 plate in Supercross. And Ricky Johnson, the man who will give it up. He wants to win tonight. He wants to win bad. And the wild card is Mickey Diamond, number 5 on the factory Honda. Let's see what Diamond can do here in the main. And they line up 21 of the best riders in the world of Supercross. There's number 1, Johnson coming up on the line. Next to him, number 7, Holland. 15, Guy Cooper looking down the line. David Stanfield, a tough lineup in this main event.
The top 2 guns they've been riding injured all year long. Rick Johnson with 6 Supercross victories and Jeff Ward with 5. Ricky Bryan with 1 and Ron Lachine with 1. Johnson did far outside with poor position.
He had to take the outside, and here's the start. There's Ward, number 3. Here comes Cooper. There goes Johnson, and Johnson is forced out. Johnson goes all the way to the outside, and here's the battle for the lead. Number 44, Fred Andrews of Ohio, and 15, Cooper, and Johnson is trying to get back into the race. Holy Toledo, what an upset. The crowd on the edge of their seat here at the Coliseum. It is number 44, Fred Andrews in front. And there's number 9, Lachine, who was also in that tangle. And Lachine will start out. He's back in 19th place. A tough break for Lachine and a tough break for Johnson. And suddenly it's anybody's ball game, David Stanfield, as out in front is Fred Andrews.
In that first turn pileup, Dubach, Volan, Tishner, Lachine, Kalos, and Ricky Johnson, and I believe Ronnie Tishner has broken his arm.
And the question is, can Johnson or Lachine come back and even have a chance of winning this race? 20 laps through the mud, the blood, and the beer here at the LA Coliseum, and Johnson is starting in 17th spot.
Jeff Ward in 9th right now. Ricky Johnson has moved up to 15th. Ronnie Lachine in 18th spot. There's your leaders.
Going off the peristyle and down 80 feet to the floor. Number 44, Fred Andrews, Salem, Ohio. He has never led a race this big, this prestigious. And 15 right behind him is Cooper. Then in 3rd spot is 47, Manley, and it looked like Bowen coming up also. But here is your leader, Fred Andrews, and Cooper behind him. And Cooper is riding like Charlie Manson. Look at this guy all over the track. Cooper is a wild rider. He's not a teenager. He's 24 years old out of Stillwater, Oklahoma, and he's going around. No! Andrews slams the screen door right in his face. Here's Johnson, and Johnson is moving up. He's up to about 14th now. Meanwhile, Andrews in front. That's Bowen in 3rd. Here goes Cooper. He passes in midair, and Guy Cooper has taken the lead.
Incredible. Guy Cooper, known for his aerial antic, puts it to good use and takes over the lead. Guy Cooper, number 15, Stillwater, Oklahoma, and he flies back onto the Coliseum floor in the lead.
15, Guy Cooper in front, and nobody expected this. Andrews in 2nd. There's 6, Bowen in 3rd, 47, Manley, and there's number 5, Diamond, and he is in 5th spot. And Diamond, if you discount Bowen, who's not had a good year, Diamond is the only superstar in the top 5. There's Wardy, and Wardy is back in mid-pack.
Wardy is in 8th right now, but it looks like he's moving up, riding very fast.
Jeff Ward is going to have to move up. Now Johnson is way back. He started in 17th spot, actually, Johnson. And here's the pileup, and Diamond piles up there, and Lease tries to go around, and Lease goes into a hay bale. And Ward gets stuffed by Diamond. But Ward very wisely backs off and doesn't try to rush through Diamond. There's still plenty of racing left. And there's your leader, Guy Cooper, with number 44, Andrews in 2nd, and number 6, Bowen in 3rd. And here comes Wardy trying to make his way into the top 5.
Wardy's trying to pass Jeff Stanton, and Stanton's right in front of him. And here they go up the peristyle. Jeff Ward has his sights on Stanton.
Jeff Stanton on a privateer factory support Yamaha ride. He's out of Michigan. A tough rider, and Wardy's trying to pull it and reel him in.
And look at all the riders behind him. Holland, Lease, Johnson, they're all back there.
And this is the guy they're trying to catch. Number 15, privateer Guy Cooper of Stillwater, Oklahoma. 24 years old. This guy is wild. He's a crazy jumper, but right now he's leading the biggest race in the world. There comes Ward trying to move up. He is going around. It looks like he's got Stanton, and Stanton goes right back in front of him. Now Ward goes in front. And Stanton shuts him out, shuts the door. A beautiful move by Stanton, David Stanfield.
Stanton is an outstanding rider, a 250, a 500 rider big. He's kind of like the next Rick Johnson, they say.
56, Jeff Stanton, but we're watching now, number 15, Guy Cooper. Over the finish line jump, there's number 44 in 2nd. That's still Fred Andrews, the Salem, Ohio rider on the private Honda. And meanwhile, it is still Jeff Ward trying to move up. He's trying to get around Stanton, and Stanton holds him off. There's Bowen, number 6. And Manley is in 4th spot right behind Bowen. And there's Ricky Johnson coming out of nowhere. And Johnson has gone up to 9th from 17th. Unbelievable, unbelievable drive by Ricky Johnson.
And there it is, Ward, Holland, and Least. What a battle.
And there's Brian Lunas saying you can. Now that's Ricky Johnson's mechanic. He says you can 16 laps. And he's telling Ricky Johnson you can go for it. You have 16 laps to win. A lot of people don't feel here in the Coliseum that Johnson can win. There's Cooper, your leader, over the jumps. There's the difference between 1st and 2nd spot. There's Wardy back away, still trying to move up. But it is Guy Cooper, number 15 in front, 44, Fred Andrews in 2nd.
And look at that, Ricky Johnson's already moved up. He's made a couple of passes, and now he's got a high set on Jeff Ward.
Johnson at this point is about in 6th or 7th spot. There's number 15, Cooper. He's in front and pulling away the top riders in the world. And until this year, Ricky Ryan was the first privateer to win a Supercross at Daytona, and Guy Cooper might win it tonight in Los Angeles.
Ward has passed Stanton. Now Johnson tries the outside and takes over Leask.
Ricky Johnson, what an incredible battle. He's come from 17th spot all the way up now to, I believe, about 5th or 6th. David, where do you have Johnson at this point?
I have got Johnson in 6th, and Ward now has passed Manley. There is
Ward is in 4th, and there comes Johnson moving up, and Johnson is going after Ward. Unbelievable. Whoa, what a race. Cooper in front, Andrews in 2nd, Bowen still holding on to 3rd here at the LA Coliseum. There's number 15, Cooper, in front. Excellent camera work by our crew. There's Wardy, and Ward, I believe at this point, is about in 4th.
Jeff Ward, 26 years old. Ripe old age at 26. He's been with Kawasaki 10 years.
And there's Johnson behind him. So Ward is in 4th spot, Ricky Johnson in 5th, and here is a battle the crowd has waited to see. Holy Toledo. Cooper rips off a tear-off as he goes over the finish line, tabletop jump.
And look at the lead Cooper has.
Here comes Johnson, the crowd getting behind him. They want him to pass Ward over the tabletop jump. Ward is in 4th and Johnson is in 5th. They're getting awfully close together, David Stanfield. We could see some tangling of handlebars real soon.
They are bunching up on our 3rd place rider. That is Keith Bowen. And remember, Fred Andrews, 44, still up there.
They're in new peristyle. It's Ward holding on in 4th spot. Johnson right next to him. Look out! Whoa! And they tangle handlebars! Look out! Johnson almost goes down. He tangles handlebars with Ward, and Ward is not somebody you can trifle with. He's strong. He's only about 5'6", but he's about as wide as a piano in the shoulders, and you don't knock him down. Johnson trying to go around Ward, and Ward shut the door on him.
Look at the drive RJ has on the back freeway there, coming out of that mechanic's turn, and then he loses a little bit over that kind of sand trap there into the S as he bobbles.
Jeff Ward and Johnson tangled at the top of the peristyle. You could barely see it in the darkness, and Johnson almost went down and recovered. And there goes Johnson. He's going around Ward, and he's got him. Unbelievable. Johnson has gone into 4th. And there is Lunas. He is trying to figure out where Johnson is in the track. He can hear the crowd cheering, and there he goes past Bowen. And Johnson has gone to 3rd. An unbelievable display of sheer determination. You crash, you're in 17th, you get up, and he's gone from 17th to 3rd, and Johnson is trying to pass Andrews going up the uphill. There's Cooper in front. Cooper does not know, David Stanfield, what's going on behind him.
He can hear the crowd. The crowd is going crazy. His wife on the pit board saying, go, go, go. And everywhere Johnson is riding on the track, they are doing the wave, yelling for him.
Oh, unbelievable. He is stalking number 44, Fred Andrews, for 2nd spot. There is Lunas still watching Johnson. He can't believe this. There's your 2nd place rider, number 44, a privateer. And there's number 1, Johnson, the hottest rider in the world. And he's going to go around Andrews. He's going to try him. He's got him. Andrews just backed off, and now he's trying to go back after Johnson. And Bowen is right behind Andrews. And now Johnson has gone from 17th to 2nd, and he's going after Guy Cooper. David Stanfield, I don't believe this race.
Possibly an insurmountable lead. Guy Cooper is so far out in front. But the problem with Guy Cooper, as with Ricky Johnson there, approaching slower traffic.
Ricky Johnson has gone from 17th to 2nd, going through lap riders like Sherman through Georgia. Look at the corner workers in the crowd of the field getting behind Johnson. They want him to win. Unbelievable. Johnson Lunas probably telling the other mechanic, David, to tell the slower Honda riders to get over and let Johnson come by.
Guy Cooper on the front stretch. We are less than halfway through this race, and there's RJ. And RJ is making his move.
Actually, a little past halfway at this point, but it is Johnson's ball game now. He's got to catch Cooper, but he's in control and gaining on the Stillwater, Oklahoma native. There's Cooper. And Johnson is back. Lap riders around him, both sides. That's when it can be dangerous. When a rider does not know you're coming up to pass him and moves over in front of you, and down you go.
According to my stopwatch, less than 3 seconds a lap. Ricky Johnson is gaining Guy Cooper less than 3 seconds a lap, which means by lap number, the last lap, possibly he could be within striking distance.
Unbelievable. If Johnson pulls this off, it will be the most incredible comeback I've ever seen in 17 years of calling Supercross.
Jeff Ward moving into third.
That's right. Ward has gone into third, and now it is Cooper, then Johnson, then Ward. And we could see a battle between Ward and Johnson toward the later stages of this race. Ricky Johnson, the crowd here at the Coliseum watching this young man from El Cajon. There is Cooper. There's Cooper. And we should see Johnson behind him, and you just saw a look at Johnson's helmet. There's Johnson going over the finish line jump now.
Guy Cooper, the ride of his life, obviously the most exciting race in his entire career.
No question about that. He is doing an admirable job. We've been talking about Johnson. Cooper deserves all the accolades tonight. If he can hold off Johnson, it will be a miracle. But Cooper is doing an incredible job of fighting and scratching and clawing to stay in front. Here's Johnson on the downhill. Oh, and the Honda mechanics are waiting on Ricky. There went Cooper, and there goes Johnson. That's how close they are, David Stanfield.
He can reel him in now. He can pinpoint him. He can actually see him. Earlier, he was on the other side of the track. Ricky Johnson, he is burning to win this race. The defending champion's going to lose his place. He wants to go out in glory.
In a blaze of glory. There is Cooper in front, and Johnson smells blood. He sees the young Oklahomian in front of him, and he is going after him. Over the finish line jump. Guy Cooper, number 15, he's your leader. A surprise. He's led almost the entire race here at the Coliseum on a warm summer evening. And there's Johnson, number 1 in second. And Johnson is going after Cooper, and there they are. That's Cooper in front and Johnson behind him as they go up the uphill. What a battle. Johnson is stalking him all over the track. Look at this. A bike length in front, and Johnson is looking for a place to pass. Cooper is riding over his head, David Stanfield. He is taking chances. He's got to stay in front of Johnson.
This is incredible. RJ is going to try every trick in the book, and watch this.
The crowd is going absolutely insane. Unbelievable. Johnson has gone from 17th to 2nd, and he is one bike length away from taking the victory. He's got him. Johnson, no! Cooper takes it back. Johnson trying to go around the outside, and Cooper said, no, you're not going by. You will not pass. And he slammed the door in Johnson's face, and Johnson is mad. He wants Cooper.
RJ got a wheel in. Cooper said, no way. Shut the door.
Unbelievable racing action. The crowd going crazy. Johnson now trying it again. Johnson's got him. Johnson has got Cooper.
Incredible drive coming out of the whoops. RJ, his weight over the back rear tire, incredible floating sensation over the bumps, and he just had the drive over the jump.
I have never seen a race like this. You got a rider who crashed in the first lap. He started 17th out of 21 riders, and he has taken the lead, and the crowd can't believe it. But Cooper, he's like a bumblebee who's gone crazy. He keeps staying close to Johnson and makes Johnson's life miserable. Johnson's saying, you're not supposed to do this. If I pass you, back off. The sign from, did you see that sign from Lunas?
Less than 2 laps to go, 0 lead, meaning no seconds. You've got Guy Cooper right on your tail. No mistakes for Johnson, but let me tell you, he's had to pass 16 guys, and he has got mud on his goggles. He doesn't have clear vision.
That could be a problem in the last few moments. Johnson looks a little wobbly here, and also he's probably incredibly tired. He's in good physical shape. There's Lachine way back, who was never a factor in the main event.
I believe Ronnie Lachine has now moved up to 11th spot, which is admirable.
White flag. The white flag comes out, and Johnson's got a lap. If he can hold on for one more lap, David Stanfield, he's got the victory. And Cooper is determined to try to pull off the upset of the century. Look at this. Unbelievable.
No mistakes. They're concentrating on no mistakes right now.
They can't make a mistake. If Johnson makes a mistake, Cooper will take him. This is the final lap. The final few turns, can Johnson do it? Can he come? I don't think anybody has ever come from 17. He is having problems with his goggles. You can see him paw at the tear-off. he's having problems.
Vision problems. He got roosted a couple times, and he's got rocks and dirt on his... There it goes again.
Yeah.
And he is bobbling. That slowed him up quite a bit. Here comes Cooper. Cooper is closing the gap every time Johnson tries to clear off his tail.
He's been eating roost for all the whole lap for like 17, 18, well, 19 laps now. He's been taking dirt in his face, and he's trying to hold on to this lead, and Cooper is stalking him. 100 yards to go. Unbelievable. The final lap, and Johnson goes down. He goes down. Johnson gets up again. The crowd goes crazy. Cooper is on him like a dog on a piece of meat. The checkered flag comes out, and Ricky Johnson wins the Superbowl of motocross. Holy Toledo!
Guy Cooper, incredible finish as well.
Look at Johnson turns around and shakes his hand and holds it and says, "You won this one too, buddy." Johnson wins it. Cooper is second. Unbelievable. Ricky Johnson takes home the victory. Guy Cooper, a well-deserved second. Jeff Ward manages third, and Jeff Lee's fourth. Let's go down to the field, and David Stanfield and an elated Ricky Johnson.
That must have been the longest race of your life.
No, it was probably one of the best. I got hit really hard the first turn. I looked back to see who waffled me, and it was two Kawasaki's, and those were the guys that I was worrying about, you know, having to go catch them. Jeff got off before me, but Ronnie didn't have a chance, so I just kept plugging away. I wasn't worried about what place I was. I just wanted to charge the whole race, you know, and it worked out.
What was Looney telling you on the pit board?
He was just telling me to charge, mainly to just keep going, keep pushing, because sometimes when you get a gap in between guys, you sort of get lackadaisical. He told me I was in second and how far Cooper was. And I felt really good when I saw -8 laps. It felt great, man. I mean, the crowd here is the best. I mean, they saw a good race, you know. It's not usually you see someone come from last in a pile and win, so I can't wait to watch it on videotape.
Guy, incredible, great. I mean, what's the feeling?
It's so great. I'm so happy. Second is the best I've ever done at Supercross. I wanted to win so bad, but...
We're talking, you know, a heat win is fine, but coming in the top three in a Supercross race, especially the granddaddy of them all, it's got to be great. Okay, what was it like? You didn't get the whole shot, though.
No, I didn't get the whole shot, but Fred Andrews is a good friend of mine, and I was hoping that I could get around him without any problems, and I did on the second lap. Jana did a real good job on the pit board, telling me where I was at and how many seconds I had, and she told me I had a 10-second lead at one time, and then it went to 8, and then it went to 6, and I knew it had to be Johnson or Ward. It had to be one of those two guys pulling me in.
I take it as good as a win.
Well, it is. I'm really happy.